Welcome to Spacewire. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. A federal court has struck down President Trump's copper tariffs, calling them an overreach of his emergency powers. The ruling challenges the president's authority, but the tariffs remain in place as the case moves through the courts. Businesses and global markets are left in limbo, unsure if the tariffs will vanish or persist for years. President Trump responded defiantly, vowing to keep the tariffs and even take the fight to the Supreme Court. This sets up a high-stakes showdown between the executive branch and the judiciary over trade powers. The uncertainty is hitting companies hard. Importers, exporters, and consumers all face unpredictable costs. International partners are watching closely, as the outcome could reshape global trade rules. The legal battle is about more than copper. It's about the limits of presidential power. As the courts test where executive authority ends, the real-world impact grows. Companies pay more for materials, and consumers could soon see higher prices. The president's determination means this story is far from over. The Supreme Court may have the final say, but for now, the global copper market is on edge. This legal fight is just one chapter in a much larger, ongoing trade war. The stakes: who controls America's trade policy and at what cost? For now, uncertainty reigns, and the world waits for a resolution. The outcome will shape not just trade, but the balance of power in Washington. The battle over copper tariffs is a key test of presidential authority in a turbulent era. President Trump's copper tariffs didn't go unanswered. Canada, America's close ally, hit back with its own tariffs on U.S. goods, targeting industries from agriculture to manufacturing. This was more than a protest. It was a clear message. Canada would defend its interests. The retaliation sparked a cycle, with other countries like Mexico and Brazil joining in. American exporters now face new barriers abroad, making it harder to compete. The tariffs, meant to protect U.S. industries, are now hurting them by closing off foreign markets. The U.S.-Canada trade relationship, once one of the world's strongest, is under strain. What began as a move to protect one sector has escalated into a broader conflict. The back and forth is damaging economies on both sides of the border. Businesses face higher costs, and consumers see rising prices. The world is watching as trade tensions ripple outward, affecting global supply chains. Retaliation is now the norm, not the exception. The dispute over copper is just one front in a growing trade war. Allies are now adversaries, and the rules of global trade are being rewritten. The outcome will shape international relationships for years to come. The world waits to see who will blink first. A key rule for online shoppers has changed. The $800 duty-free exemption is gone. Now every package, no matter how small, can face new tariffs. This hits consumers directly. Online deals from overseas just got pricier. Small businesses, once able to import affordable goods, now face extra costs and paperwork. The change makes it harder for them to compete with big companies. Many are scrambling to adjust, raising prices, or seeking new suppliers. The end of the exemption marks a shift in U.S. trade policy. Small-scale imports are no longer easy or cheap. For shoppers, it means less choice and higher prices. For entrepreneurs, it's a new hurdle in an already tough market. The ripple effects are just beginning, but the message is clear. Global shopping just got more complicated. The focus is now on taxing nearly everything that crosses the border. The days of easy, duty-free online shopping are over, for now. The impact will be felt by millions. Tariffs are squeezing American businesses from all sides. Manufacturers pay more for imported materials like copper, raising their costs. They must choose, absorb the loss, or pass it on to customers. Meanwhile, other countries retaliate, slapping tariffs on U.S. farm products. American farmers lose sales as buyers turn to other suppliers. Both manufacturers and farmers are caught in the crossfire, facing higher costs and shrinking markets. The pain spreads to consumers, who see higher prices at the store. Inflation rises as companies pass on their increased expenses. The tariffs, intended to help, are now causing financial strain across the economy. From factory floors to farm fields, the consequences are real and growing. The trade war's impact is felt in every corner of the country. What started as a policy move is now a daily challenge for businesses and families. The economic fallout is only becoming clearer. While others retaliate, the European Union is trying diplomacy. The EU has offered to remove all tariffs on American industrial goods if the US drops its threats against European cars. It's a bold move to protect Europe's vital auto industry and avoid a deeper trade war. The EU's message: let's negotiate, not escalate. This approach contrasts with the tit-for-tat seen elsewhere. The outcome depends on the Trump administration's response. If accepted, it could lead to a major trade agreement between two economic giants. If rejected, tensions could rise even higher. The world is watching to see if diplomacy can break the cycle of retaliation. The EU's offer is a rare chance for de-escalation in a tense global climate. The stakes for both sides are enormous. Trade wars are reshaping global alliances. Long-standing partnerships between the US, Canada, and Europe are under pressure as tariffs drive wedges between allies. Countries are rethinking their strategies, forming new alliances, or going it alone. The old patterns of global trade are breaking down, replaced by uncertainty and competition. Trust is eroding, making cooperation on other issues, like security and climate, more difficult. Economic disputes are spilling into broader international relations. The world order is shifting from unity to fragmentation. Each country is now looking out for itself first. These changes go beyond economics. They're redrawing the map of global power. The long-term effects will last well beyond the current disputes. The world is entering a new era of strategic competition. The biggest impact of these trade battles is uncertainty. Businesses can't plan, consumers face higher prices, and governments scramble to protect their economies. The constant threat of new tariffs or sudden legal changes keeps everyone on edge. Economic growth slows as companies hesitate to invest or hire. Inflation rises, and the trade deficit remains unresolved. The original goal, to fix trade imbalances, has given way to a complex, unpredictable landscape. Legal fights, diplomatic moves, and retaliation all add to the instability. The global economy is under stress, with no clear end in sight. Until these conflicts are resolved, uncertainty will dominate. The world waits for clarity, but for now, the future is hard to predict. The stakes, stability, prosperity, and the rules of global trade itself.